कुंभे पुनर्वसु जातौ केरले चोळपट्टने कौस्तुभांशं धराधीशं कुलशेखरमाश्रये घुष्यते यस्य नगरे रङ्गयात्रा दिने दिने तमहं शिरसा वन्दे राजानं कुलशेखरम्। हे गोपालक हे कृपा जलनिधे हे सिंधु कन्यापते हे कंसांतक हे गजेंद्र का करुणा पारीण हे माधव हे रामानुज हे जगत्त्रय गुरो हे पुंडरीकाक्ष माम् हे गोपी जननाथ पालय परम जानामि न त्वं विना हे गोपालक हे कृपा जलनिधे हे सिंधु कन्यापते हे कंसांतक हे गजेंद्र करुणा पारीण हे माधव हे रामानुज हे जगत्त्रय गुरो हे पुंडरीकाक्ष माम् हे गोपी जननाथ पालय परम जानामि न त्वं विना भक्तापाय भुजांग गारुड मणिस्त्रैलोक्य रक्षामणिः गोपीलोचन चातकाम्बुद मणिः सौंदर्य मुद्रामणिः यः कान्तामणि रुक्मिणी घन कुच द्वन्द्वैक भूषामणिः श्रेयो देव शिखामणिः दिशतु मे दिशतु नो गोपाल चूडामणिः भक्तापाय भक्तापाय भुजांग गारुड मणिस्त्रैलोक्य रक्षामणिः गोपीलोचन चातकाम्बुद मणिः सौंदर्य रुद्रा सौंदर्य मुद्रामणिः यः कान्तामणि रुक्मिणी घन कुच द्वन्द्वैक भूषामणिः श्रेयो देव शिखामणि दिशतु नो गोपाल चूडामणिः। So 21 and 22, these are two verses today. Kulasekara Advar is calling out to Bhagavan. He Gopalaka, he Gopalaka, he Kripa Jalanidhe, he Sindhu Kanyapate, he Kamsantaka, he Gajendra Ka Karuna Parina, he Madhava, he Ramanuja, he Jagatraya Guru, he Pundari Kaksha, he Gopi Jananath, Palaya Param Janami Natvam Vina. I don't know anybody else besides you. So I'm calling out all your names. Sahasranamam. I'm calling out all the names that I know of you. And he's adding hey, hey, because hey is a way of addressing. When you're calling out somebody, usually hey is a very derogatory way of calling someone. Chumma hey, come here, அப்படின்னா மரியாதை இல்லாம இருக்கு அப்படின்னு. There's no respect. But when with Bhagavan, when you get into a relationship, then respect is not a constraint. Respect is not a constraint. You don't try to be formal with him. You try to be as real with him. See, with your child also, sometimes it is expected that you give respect. As the child grows, the child is little small, we can do that. But as the child grows, there is a certain expectation. Social expectation is also there. And even within the household, they'll expect you to give respect. In Coimbatore and all, if you say, even child is born, little child, it will not be able to even respond to what you're saying. And it will just crawl. Crawling child வந்து எங்க போறீங்க அப்படின்லாம். Then there are other groups of people which will address the child as அது இது அப்படின்பா. அதுவா அது இங்க போயிருக்கு அது இங்க போயிருக்கு. So the personality is not even developed till a certain age. Till that it is it. அது. But some children, some traditions or some communities, they use a lot of respect to even the small child. Even in Uttar Pradesh and the north, Lucknow, that area, in Hindi, they will give a lot of respect to even a small child. आप आइए, आप बैठिए. Sama?
சான்ஸ்கிரிட்ல எந்த இடத்துல சான்ஸ்கிரிட்ல எந்த இடத்துல பெருமாளை கூப்பிடுறதா இருந்தாலும் சம்போதனத்துக்கு ஹே யூஸ் பண்ற நிறைய இடத்துல பார்த்திருக்கேன்.
ஆமாம்.
எல்லாம்
they always
கூப்பிடும்போது
use a.
மரியாதையாவே அதை யூஸ் பண்றா. சான்ஸ்கிரிட்ல வந்து ஹே ஜனார்தனா, ஹே பகவான் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி சம்போதனம்.
ஆமாம், it is sambodhana. But I'm saying hey in our parlance, in the way we use, when you call somebody as hey, it will not come across in a very pleasant way. It will feel as though you're not giving them enough respect. And this is important in social transactions. You cannot apply this hey to in common transaction. But with Bhagavan you can, because the relationship is such. So two things that are happening here. When you're calling somebody as hey or Bhagavan as hey, one is you're calling out to him from all your heart. Hey. So the sound hey comes from the Nabhi. So when he's saying hey Gopalaka, hey Kripa Jalanidhe, hey Sindhu Kanyapate, hey Kamsantaka, hey Madhusudana, hey Madhava. So when you're saying that hey, if you say it with that full bhavana, it comes from inside, from your Nabhi, your heart, it's coming out. So you're calling out to Bhagavan to Palaya Param, to come and rescue me. This is the context where you're calling him. You're not calling him to do something for you, Hey Bhagavan, come and buy me a house. You're not doing that. This hey comes when you are in deep distress. எனக்கு வேற போக்க இடம் இல்லை. I don't have any other place to go. Natvam vina, natvam vina. Without you, besides you, I don't know anybody else. So hence I've come to you. This can happen even with kings. In those days, when commoners go to kings seeking raksha, because the king is supposed to provide raksha, provide protection, security, well-being, all of that to the subjects. So a lot of times you will see in languages, in movies and all, in languages you will see the way they use, a commoner will come and talk to the king in the what do you call, in the second person. So because you can also have that kind of right over the king. So it is usually used where you have a certain right with a particular person. You carry a certain authority of that over that person, that I can demand of you. You are there to protect me. Why should I be formal? I will call out to you. It is my right to call out to you. It is your right to come and protect me. It is not coming from arrogance. It is coming from complete surrender to you. I have done Sharanagati. I have done Prapatti to you. No, who else will come and save me? Is this even a question? It's like that. Only you should save me, right? Because I have given all my wealth. I have given my body, my mind, my energies, my devotion, my abilities, my skills, everything I have surrendered to you. If we surrender like that, then you get the authority to call him. If we have surrendered, that is for each one of us to figure out, have we really surrendered like that? If we have really surrendered to Bhagavan in the true sense, yes, I know whatever you're doing is the right thing for me. Then I get the authority. If I have surrendered and gone through whatever you are giving me, then I get the authority of asking you and demanding you. I can demand. Whether he will give it when I ask it, I don't know. But you can demand with authority, and it will happen. Like it was said, Why did Draupadi have 5 husbands? Because she asked for 5 very strong qualities, very distinctly different qualities, which could never be in one person. And she did tapasya and she asked for it. So Bhagavan couldn't give it in that lifetime that she had asked for it. So in another lifetime, she got them as 5 different husbands. She said, I want a person who should be like this, valorous, just, beautiful, the greatest, the warrior, this thing, that thing. So she asked a lot of things, which Bhagavan realized I can't give it in one person. So then she said, okay, wait. And then in that lifetime, when she was born, when she came as Draupadi, she received the 5 of them. This is the story. Now, the thing is, important thing is that you didn't get it when you asked. You asked it, you got it. Same thing with, I know I'm getting instances of Mahabharata, but same thing with Amba. Amba Devi asked, uh, I want to be the one to bring Bhishma to his end. That didn't happen in that lifetime. She was born again. Later it happened. So it doesn't mean that if we ask something now, we'll only get it in the next lifetime. I don't mean to say that, but I am saying that we should know that it will be done. Because we always must remember how ready and prepared are we. A lot of people, we know that they say, I don't want another Janma. I don't want to be born again. I say, I don't want to be born again. It's a huge resolution. It's a huge sankalpa that you're making. Am I doing all that is required to be not born again? I have the desire, I don't want to be born again, but am I doing everything that is really required not to be born again? No. It requires tremendous tapasya, tremendous sacrifice. So, we do everything that will ensure that we are born again. But in our minds, we want our actions absolutely make sure that we'll be born again. See, we say this, the more you hate and want to go away from something, the more it will come to you. The more you like something and you run behind it, the more it will evade you. This is the nature of life. Don't want to be stuck between the two. Then, He Gopalaka, He Kripa Jalanidhe, He Sindhupate, call out, call out. Keep calling out. That is the only thing we do. I don't know anything, Natvam Vina. I don't know anything else besides you, O Bhagavan. And he brings Gajendra Parina. So Gajendra was the story of Gajendra Moksha. Most of us generally know from Bhagavatam. So he called out when the elephant, the crocodile came and held his feet. And he called out to Bhagavan, save me, save me. Bhagavan came and then he came on the Garuda and rescued him. Used this Sudarshana Chakra. There are several things in the story, right? One is Gajendra has probably done a lot of tapas, sadhana, etc. before or in a previous lifetime. That is why when Bhagavan called him at that time, Bhagavan came. The other thing is when he called out, he completely gave himself in. Now this crocodile, see, there are so many elephants that are being eaten by crocodiles, right? Crocodile eating an elephant is not a wrong thing. பாவம் அது என்ன பண்ணும்? Where will a crocodile go if it doesn't eat other animals, right? It is not a vegetarian. It cannot go and start chewing grass. It has to eat some animal or the other. And if every animal keeps shouting out like Gajendra did, Hey Narayana, I am being eaten, Hey Narayana, and then Narayana every time will come with the Sudarshana Chakra, cut the crocodiles, they'll become an extinct species of now. So we, so we can't question, oh, why only in so many millions of elephants that were there in the history of civilization, or human, or animals that have lived in this, why only that one elephant that called out and has become a big news? So such a big news that it appears in Bhagavatam. Now, did it happen in reality? All of that we don't know. We are not speculating those things. It is trying to send a message that even as an animal, if you have the buddhi for surrender, for sharanagati, for prapatti, Bhagavan will come and rescue you. And does it mean that after being rescued, now imagine this situation. Gajendra was rescued. The crocodile's head was cut. Gajendra was rescued. How long would have Gajendra lived after that? He would have lived for a few more years and he would have died anyways, right? What's the point? So is rescuing from death such an important thing that Bhagavan rescued me from death and I'm going to be immortal? No, you're not going to be immortal. You're going to die anyways again. Gajendra, maybe or 20 years later, somebody goes and checks, hey, where is Gajendra? Would have been dead. Right? Something, ஏதோ ஒன்று பூச்சி கடிச்சு crocodile biting and dying is one thing. எங்கேயோ ஒரு பூச்சி காதுல போயிருக்கும். Later, when Gajendra died, he would have died by a small insect that would have gone into his ear and he would have died. It's time for death to come, it will go. The body has to drop. Important thing is probably at that time. Same thing with the other Chiranjeevi that we know. Who's that?
Markandeya.
Markandeya Rishi. Correct. Markandeya Rishi. He went and held, at the age of 16, he was about to die. He went and held Shivalinga. Palayamam. So held Shivalinga and he said, Bhagavan, rescue me from death. And he got rescued. Shiva came and drove away Yama. Same thing with Adi Shankara. Adi Shankara was to die at the age of 16. Then Vyasa, Narada, I don't know who, came and gave him a blessing and extended his life by another 16 years. What is important is what these individuals do after they were rescued. This is critical because they've been given a lease of life. What do you do with it? You shouldn't make Bhagavan think that ivana poi kaapathinene appadinu yosikudadu. Why did I have to save this guy? What is the point? We all go through such situations in life. We all go through some situation where we have had some kind of an illness, some disease, some situation, some accident, something would have happened. And we've realized, oh, maybe I got an extension, I got a lease of life. A coconut would have fallen right beside you. Thangana. It could have fallen just an inch besides and it could have fallen on your head. This, you would have heard these things, right? Going through a construction site suddenly, and you'll see suddenly பெரிய கல்லு வந்து will fall right behind you. Think of this as Gajendra Moksha only, no? Bhagavan is there, he's protecting, and he's made sure that at that moment you don't die. What do you do with that after that? What do you do with the life that's been given to you? What do you do with the, you've been rescued now, and then what? So then the point is, if I don't want to be born again, Mama saying, Guruvayur, one elephant was lifting Lord till its last breath. After lifting Guruvayurappan on the last day of life, it went outside and died. Oh, interesting story.
அந்த எலிஃபென்ட்டுக்கு சிலையெல்லாம் வச்சிருக்கா.
Guruvayur, yeah, very nice.
குருவாயூர்.
The name is Keshava.
கேசவா, எஸ்.
So,
ஆக்சுவலி கேசவா வாஸ் நாட் டு பி ஃபர்தரா அந்த ஜாப்ல இருக்க வேண்டாம்னு வயசாயிடுத்துன்னு அதை கட்டி போட்டுட்டா. பட் வேற யானை அது தூக்கம் வரும்போது அறுத்துண்டு ஓடி வந்து என்னால முடியும்னு பெருமாள் வந்து நின்னுடும்.
lifted Guruvayur.
அதுக்கப்புறம் he was given the service again.
Oh, very nice.
Till life.
Very nice. So, this is a real example. Right? That is the bhavana. So, are we living like that? Are we living in constant contemplation, constant thinking, continuously re-emphasizing it within ourselves that Bhagavan, you have done such miraculous acts. Why are these stories there? These stories are there that with enough bhakti, with enough sense of surrender or sharanagati to you, you will take care. There'll be something beautiful that will happen. The problem is that we want it to happen in a way. It may not happen in that way. It may happen in the way which is best for us. That we have to trust. See, when we trust in God or Bhagavan, or we have this faith in this universal principle, that's it. After that, there is no question about it. Even within yourself, you will not doubt that, yes, I have asked and yes, it will happen. We have to get to that stage. Belief and faith is only the initial step. Once you know for truth, like I told the example of the small child in a flight which was undergoing turbulence. Everybody was worried and frantic about, oh, what's happening? So much turbulence. The flight is going up, down. People started praying and all that. There's a little child reading a book. And when everything is settled down, then they were all surprised. How is this little child able to be so calm? Then the child said, no, my father is the pilot. So he doesn't care about any of you. He'll make sure I am safe. Can we build that within? Right? So once we build that within, then there is nobody has to come and tell, have faith in God. It will happen. Okay. Have faith. Trust in God. Nobody has to tell. It will be there. Intrinsically, it will be there. And then when you call out, he'll come and stand. And this is for an individual to experience this. When you know in your heart that, yes, I don't need any evidence also. Bhagavan doesn't have to show me an evidence that my trust is working. That also I don't need. You understand? This is also important. A lot of times when I trust, I put trust in you, Bhagavan, did it happen? So that transaction is the thing that is going to ensure that, oh, my trust was right. This is the stage we are in. But if we go to a place where we say, I don't need any evidence also that you are showing me that my trust is going to work for you. I don't need any evidence. My trust will work. My faith will work. I have faith. Finished. Without a choice, without a doubt. If we go into that state, adichu ketalum, we'll say that, yeah, it will work. It will happen. You beat me, you do whatever. I know Bhagavan is there. I know I am protected. I know I am guided. I know I am blessed. I know I have grace. I know. When you say I know, then there is no more belief required. You don't have to then, oh, should I have done that? Then Bhagavan, no, nothing. Once you know, yes. This we have to build over time. Do whatever you do sadhana, do japa, do dhyana, sankirtanam, whatever. But get your mind into this place that Absolutely, there is no doubt. Even if in sleep somebody wakes you up and says, "Are you sure Bhagavan is protecting you? You know the ceiling is going to fall." And say, "Yeah, he's protecting me, I know." Does it come from inside like that? So Kulasekara Alvar is in that situation. He says, "Hey Gopalaka, hey Kripa Jalanidhe, hey Sindhu Kanyapate, hey Kamsantaka, hey Gajendra Karuna Parina, hey Madhava, hey Ramanuja, hey Jagatraya Guru, hey Pundari Kakshamam, hey Gopi Jananatha Palaya Param, Janami Natvam Vina, Natvam Vina." He calls him Gopalaka, the one who is the Gopala. Kripa Jalanidhe, he was the one who's compassionate. Sindhu Kanyapate, the husband of Sindhu Kanya, Lakshmi. Lakshmi Devi came out of the ocean when the churning of the ocean happened, right? Sri Suktam also came from there. Hiranyavarna Marinim. Hey Kamsantaka, one who killed Kamsa. Hey Kajendra Karuna Parina. Out of your Karuna, you gave moksha to Gajendra. Hey Madhava. Hey Ramanuja. Hey Jagat Trayaguru. O Lord of or Guru of all the three worlds. Hey Pundarika Aksha. Pundarika Aksha. Beautiful lotus-eyed one. Hey Gopi Jana Natha Palaya Param. Then he goes on, verse 22. Bhakta Apaya Bhujanga Garuda Mani Trailokya Rakshamani. So in this verse, you will see the money word used everywhere. So he is calling different use of the word money, jewel. He is calling Bhagavan, he is telling Bhagavan, you are a jewel. You're a jewel, you're a crest jewel, you're a shining jewel. And what kind of jewel you are? You are Bhakta Apaya Bhujanga Garuda Mani. So you are this jewel who's sitting on the Garuda. Trailokya Rakshamani. You are the one who is the Rakshamani. Rakshamani is the jewel that protects all the three worlds. Yak Gopi Lochana Chatakambudamanihi. Gopi Lochana. You are the money of the beautiful eyes of the Gopika, the Gopis. It's in a way of saying that you are apple of my eye. English, there's a way to say this, right? You're the apple of my eye, you're the twinkle of my eye. So like that, he was the twinkle of their eyes. He was the money or the jewel or the twinkle of the Gopika's eyes. Saundarya Mudramanihi. Every act that you do is so Saundarya or so beautiful. Yaha Kantamani Rukmini. One who is Kantamani, the brilliant jewel. Rukmini. You are the husband of Rukmini. Kantamani Rukmini. Ghana Kucha Dvandvaika Bhushamanihi. You are the Lord of Rukmini, in whose bosom you are the Bhushamani. So Rukmini wears a locket which has Krishna in it. So that locket comes in her chest area and you reside there, beautifully shining. Rukmini Ghana Kucha Dvandva. The two breasts of Devi or Rukmini Devi, between that you reside as a Bhushamani, as an ornament. Shreyo Deva Shikhamanihi. You are the exalted one. Deva Shikhamani. Amongst all Devas, you are amongst all lords, gods. You are the Shikhamani. You are the crest jewel. Dishatu Naha. Dishatu Naha means may you appear to us. Gopala Chudamanihi. Oh Gopala, you are the Chudamani. Chudamani is the one that is worn on the forehead here, right? You are the money, the jewel who resides in the forehead. So these are different jewels in different parts of the body. It's shining. So this is Krishna shining. And he is the one who is So Garuda comes here. The previous one, Gajendra comes. So to rescue Garuda, to rescue Gajendra, he comes in the Garuda. So Garuda Manihi is Bhujanga Garuda Manihi. In the arms of Garuda, he comes as this shining jewel. And he is the shining jewel everywhere. Gopi Lochana Chatakambudha Manihi, Saundarya Mudra Manihi, Trailokya Raksha Manihi, Kanta Manihi, Rukmini Ganakuchadvanta Bhusha Manihi, Shreyo Deva Shikha Manihi, Gopala Chuda Manihi. So Bhagavan, you are the jewel. You are the shining jewel. Which means you are that ray of hope, that ray of light, that ray or that that beautiful brightness in my life that I look forward to and that I experience is you. We refer to, whenever there is a difficulty, we say there is a silver lining, or there is a, we look for, whenever there is some difficulty, we look for some one thing that is probably okay or nice or that you can hold on to. Usually in life like that, right? A lot of mothers will hold on to their children. They'll say, how much ever problems I have my children, so I'll hold on to them. You generate hope. Because a lot of times when life becomes so distressed, so distasteful and of no value, feels like that, you hold on to some one thing. When the children are small, mothers typically hold on to the children. The children grow older, it's a different story. But they live for the child, live for the husband. You hold on to something so that you feel that, okay, my life is purposeful, meaningful. I hold on to something. So like that, Bhagavan is saying, or Kulasekhar Adva is saying, amongst everything, there is this jewel, that is Krishna, that is Bhagavan. Hold on to that. Because anyways, your child, your children, your husband, your relative, whoever you're holding on to, they will age, they will move, they will change. Sometimes you holding on to them can become their constrained, their baddha, they're bound by you holding on to them. You're not releasing them. There is a movie called Abhiyum Nanum. Very nice movie. What's his name? Prakash Raj acts as the father. There's one statement the child tells, and it's very beautiful. The movie is made very nicely. How the father is so protective of the child, does everything for the child. And they live in a hill station, very beautiful house, individual house and all that. And as the child grows up, after a certain point, the child comes and tells Appa, through so many years, you see me as your child. That's fine. But I have grown, you have not grown. You have not grown. In your mind, you continue to see me as that little small baby child. But I have grown. So our relationship should be different now. And then he realizes, yeah, this is true. I can't have the same kind of engagement with this individual. He also has to change. But with Bhagavan, it is not like that. You can maintain the exact same relationship all the time. So he's saying, Kulasekhar Adva is saying, hold on to this Chudamani. Hold on to this money. Look for this silver lining in your life. This is there. It is there available for you to look for. With that, that money will take you. Parina. Parina means to take you across. Apara. Parasindhoho. Parasindhoho means to take you across the ocean. So if you hold on to this jewel, he's saying, don't give up. Everything else you hold on to. We want to hold on to everything else in life, right? I want to hold on to my name. I want to hold on to my image. I want to hold on to my what people think of me. I want to hold on to my, of course, my possessions, my people, my this thing, that thing. I want to hold. Saying if you're so desperate about holding, hold on to this. You want to hold on to something, now hold on to this. Because a lot of times when we are let go, we don't know what to do. We suddenly become lost. You'll say, have vairagya, let go everything, drop everything, have no attachment. And then suddenly you're wondering, you're lost. So don't do that. Hold on to this. He's saying, hold on to my feet, hold on to me. So those are the two verses today. हे गोपालक हे कृपा जल निधे हे सिंधु कन्यापते हे कंसांतक हे कंजेन्द्र करुणा पारिण हे माधव हे रामानुज हे जगत्रय गुरो हे पुंडरीकाक्ष माम् हे गोपी जननाथ पालय परम जानामि न त्वां विना भक्तापाय भुजांग गारुड मणिस्त्रैलोक्य रक्षामणिः गोपीलोचन चातकाम्बुद मणि सौंदर्य मुद्रामणिः यः कांतामणि रुक्मिणी घनकुच द्वंद्वैक भूषामणिः श्रेयो देव शिखा मणि मणिर्दिशतु नो गोपाल चूड़ामणिः ओम कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि सदाशिवायेति समर्पयामि जगदम्बिकेति समर्पयामि सद्गुरुनाथायेति समर्पयामि हरि ओम तत्सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम हरि ओम